Welcome back to the channel, guys, and in today's video we are going to feature the brand new community day Pokemon Walrein. And Walrein was pretty hyped when it was announced, especially when the Icicle Spear move was announced. I think it probably topped it was in the top 10s for pretty much every meta. And I think after using it for I think good 5 amount of sets, it definitely is a good Pokemon, but it's not a meta breaker. It does not break apart the Azu GFisk core, and a lot of matchups are IV dependent as well, and there are multiple IV spreads, and that way I think you cannot get coverage for both GFisk and Azu. But in totality, I think it's a very strong Pokemon, and definitely it will give a boost to the fighting Pokemons in the meta, which probably will reduce the use for GFisk. And I think it definitely was a plan to nerf the Nidoqueen. But as far as I am concerned, I am showing you this video because in the first I definitely was not able to get a lot of positive games with it. Maybe it was it was more of my misplaced rather than the Walrein. And definitely I should have played better, but I was hoping that Walrein should in turn be a better Pokemon, which definitely was a wrong assumption, to be honest. And I was yeah, I can go on about it because I lost about 125 points with it. But um, but yeah, I think it's going to stay in the meta, but not as extensive as Ujifi scores. So yeah, if you want to see me get wrecked, you can just continue seeing this video. If you want to see a good team, probably it is a good team. I think you will be able to see this in the battles, but not but yeah, there are not other wins in this particular video. So before we start with the battles, if you're new to the channel and you like our content, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. And if you want to join the Battles Discord server, the link to that is in the description down below. So without further delays, let's start with the battles and see how the battle goes. So let's start with the first battle of the day, and we are in a Trevenant matchup. So starting off with a good lead, and the opponent makes a swap to GFisk, and I make a swap to defense from Deoxys. Maybe could have stayed and tried to catch on a Rock Slide, but I was so surprised. I was so afraid of that Revenant. I just made an immediate swap. So they'll try to bait us with a rock slide, which we do not fall for it, and this makes this matchup more interesting. But I expected them to throw another rock slide, but they went for an earthquake. So now this matchup is bad for us because we will not be able to win this matchup, and especially with with the attack drop of the Psycho Boost, we will not be able to do much. The opponent played very smart there and shielded the charge move, but this game is still not over. I feel like if I get some energy advantage on my Venusaur, I definitely would be able to win this one. I shield this one expecting it to be an earthquake, but now the opponent baits us with a rock slide, which is obviously not good for us, and they are able to get to another charge move. I didn't want to go two shields down, and instead I take an earthquake to the face. And at this stage, the game is basically wrapped up. There is nothing much that I can do because Trevenant can just come in, and we are not even able to throw a sludge bomb. So I just stayed in just to see what Pokemon they have in the back, because I just wanted to know what was my win con and whatnot. But but yeah, I'm expecting an Azumarill. So if there is an Azumarill, indeed, I definitely would have a chance. And there it is, this little bunny. So I screwed up on this one, to be honest. There was certainly a win con. My opponent yeah, I just played really bad. I cannot emphasize that enough. So it's on me, not Walrein, again. And moving on to the next match, picking up another positive lead, and let's see how his crew managed to screw this up this time around. So the opponent swapped into defense form Deoxys, and I swapped into Venusaur because I didn't want. I just want to see this Venusaur gone. There is no play of it against the Altaria. And the opponent, I am expecting it to be a Psycho Boost, and since I want to maintain the switch advantage, I shielded this. So also a smart move, and I let go of this charge move, which is still fine because this is the debuff one and not going to KO us. Here is a mistake that I did. went for a very aggressive farm down, which again I was not able to do, similar to the first game. And this Psycho Boost I definitely would want to shield. And now that I am 2 shields down, they simply can sweep with whatever Pokemon they have in the back. So I fortunately I'm able to get another Sludge Bomb. So this will either grab the shield or will put Altaria very low, and the opponent is not shielding anything. And again, I'm 2 shields down, and they have a Machamp in the back, so the game is still not over. Definitely still have a win con, and Machamp will need to throw 2 rock slides, and I think I was fairly quick to the swap, so it should not be really difficult. But the most important thing that I'm lagging is my shields. So they'll go for this rock slide, and I think my opponent is going for a very aggressive overfarm as well. And I wasn't sure about the energy where Machamp is at, so I decided to throw, which the shield. Obviously, my attack is lowered, and this will not allow me to counter down the opposing Machamp. So they'll throw this rock slide, and I needed the Walrein to KO the Machamp, but it did not happen. Maybe only if I had thrown one counter too early. And even though we are able to get to this rock slide, I think Machamp is not going down with one powder snow. It came down very, it's a simultaneous KO, so not a 5 window. I think I thought that it was a 5 window, but it's a 4-0 with one draw. So but certainly there was a win con, and GG's to my opponent as well. He replayed really well. So this was my first Walrein mirror, and I didn't know what's like whether to bait or not. And looks like I was to bait. And even in the later matches which I played with Walrein, a lot of people shield. I think out of 4 or 5 matches, only one Walrein ended up not shielding an Icicle Spear, and we immediately got straight hard counter with the Sableye. So this is not good, because defense form Deoxys does not do really well against the Sableye, especially since I'm running Thunderbolt and Psycho Boost. And this foul play will be enough to KO, and the Sableye is at too much health for me to farm down with any of my Pokemons. And since we are even on shields, it's going to be even difficult. So we are able to, yeah, this probably, I don't know what I'm trying. I'm what I'm doing. I probably will go for a farm down here, but again, I'm going in the shield deficit, which I really don't appreciate. So even if I manage to, I don't land this earthquake, so there is no point in calling an even if here. So if this is an earthquake, this will not KO, but will put us very low, and the Walrein can just go Icicle Spear. It will outpace us to the first charge move. And yeah, just for science purpose, we can see the Icicle Spear does not KO. And yeah, I'm in playing really bad. I'm not proud of these particular games. But I really wanted to show that what happened during my first few games with Walrein. And yeah, just got pretty much annihilated with this thing. So moving on to the next match, picking up a Bastiodon Lead. So this lead is positive for Walrein if you plan your timings correctly. But I was anticipating a Grasso line here, and hence I made the swap to defense form Deoxys, expecting that the opposing Bastiodon will swap as well. And they made a swap to their Victory Bell. So this is quite good for me, because we will be able to either get both the shields, or we'll get rid of this Victory Bell. So we are able to grab the first shield, and with the other Psycho Boost, they also shielded. So we are 2 shields up this time around, fortunately, unlike the first 3 games. And now I'll bring in the Venusaur and just try to absorb any damage coming in from this Victory Bell. And they go for an Acid Spray as well, so this is quite good. But we will need to throw a charge move. I think we cannot farm them down, and since we are Acid Spray debuff, I didn't overfarm as well. So we go for the Sludge Bomb, which is able to knock out the Walrein. Sorry, knock out the Victory Bell, and in comes their Bastiodon. So Bastiodon will go for Stone Edge, and I preserved the Walrein because I was expecting another grass type, but it ends up being a Medicham, so not particularly good. And it's a power up punched Medicham as well. So I go for this Icicle Spear. Not really sure why. Definitely I should have gone for the Earthquake. Maybe I went for the Icicle Spear because I thought that I might be able to get to an Earthquake, but I did not. So double Icicle Spear still did a lot, and we are able to get a charge move. We are able to the opponent threw the charge move as well, but we are not able to farm them down before they get to another charge move, and this probably will be enough for Bastiodon to farm us down, because Bastiodon is definitely not in the frenzy plant range, and we need to get to 2. But if we are able to KO the Bastiodon, I think we will be able to vine whip down the Medicham, and we are barely not able to get to that, and this will probably ended up costing me the game. So again, a very close one indeed, but definitely I should have played that one better. Moving on to the next one, we are in a GFisk Lead. So this particular IV of Walrein is not a very good IV, and I think I forgot to change the IVs there, and the IVs are incorrect on every Pokemon. And I'll just comment down the IVs of my each Pokemon in the comments. So so bear with me. Yeah, just make sure that just to be sure the IVs are not correct. And the opponent does a superb catch of the earthquake onto their Pelipper. It's probably what wins them the game, because a lot of energy is wasted, and Pelipper will be able to put in a lot of work against the Deoxys as well. I was planning to go for Icicle Spear, seeing that probably double Icicle Spear would have been enough at that point of time. But in the last moment, I changed my mind and went for the earthquake, which probably will cost me the game eventually. And there's a Tropius in the back, so I will be. I don't know why I threw this Thunderbolt. I definitely should have gone for a Psycho Boost, because counters are not doing much anyway. And yeah, playing horribly. Like you can already see that this game is a lost cause. I cannot do anything with that GFisk in the back. I tried to catch a Leaf Blade. I tried to catch an Aerial Ace there, but unfortunately that did not happen. And my opponent will go for a Leaf Blade. Maybe they were trying to bait me or not. I'm not sure what they were trying to do. But the game is basically lost at this stage. I definitely will not be able to win this one. There is no win con for me. I think even yeah, playing so bad. I am really frustrated, and this one will be a 5 and yeah, as you can see, this one ends up being a 0 and 5, but fortunately it does not, since the first game was true, I did not lost a bunch of like something like 80 points. But but I'm not particularly proud of this game, and if I manage to get a good set out of Walrein, I'll definitely post it. But yeah, I just wanted to show this because I tried but not able to get a good team out of Walrein, and I think around the hype it definitely is not that overpowered as it was initially perceived to be. Maybe in the Ultra League, but not as far as the Great League is concerned. And if you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Until next time, peace.